Hello again, my name is Chase Ferguson, and I'm a master's in history student at Liberty University, taking History 530. Today I want to talk a little bit about Quakers as a religious denomination in the United States of America, one that's been here long before it was the United States, and one that's probably going to be here to stay for quite some time. Needless to say, I want to discuss the standards that historians should abide by, and what they should strive for, and that is objectivity, honesty, clear, concise, and accurate research, the use of empirical evidence, and making sure that we're objective and doing our best to bring the truth as we know it to any readers or peers and things like that when it comes to presenting work as a Christian historian. But with that being said, Quakers are a group of people who really wanted to stress the experience, the religious experience of God. You didn't need a priest to, as an intercessory, to be able to speak and have a relationship with God. You were your own. You were able to experience God in a very real and natural way. They really kind of kicked off about the middle of the 17th century in England, and they were dissenters. They didn't really agree with the Church of England, and they kind of separated themselves from them, and there was a lot of bad blood in between them and a lot of the members of the Church of England. But the Quakers really focused on the study of the Bible, living right, and doing things the way that Jesus would have. According to Barry Levy from the University of Massachusetts, in his book Quakers and the American Family, he discusses a lot of this. What he does is cover the aspect of Quakers, how they wanted to raise family, how they saw that children should be raised more of a simple style of life, nothing over, no overkill, no extreme, luxury, things like that. Just really wanted to live humble, Christ-like existences, and that was really the goal of being a friend. That's what they call themselves, a sort of a group or society of friends. One of Quakerism's most notable traits was the general disapproval of slavery, and they were very liberal-leaning when it came to a lot of social issues like that. And when I say liberal, I don't mean in our modern sense of the word. I mean the Enlightenment principle style of liberalism, where all men are created equal, that sort of thing. So slavery wasn't something that really worked out in their mind when it came to being an appropriate endeavor to partake in. Some early Quaker missionaries in North America were female, so they really kind of pioneered this. And some of the women were persecuted for what they did, was specifically in the colony of Massachusetts. For instance, Mary Dyer was executed for entering the colony and proselytizing to people within the colony. After repeated times, they actually executed her by hanging. In Joseph Illick's book, Colonial Pennsylvania, a history, it outlines William Penn. So as we know, Pennsylvania is really a Quaker safe haven, so to speak. At its inception, a man named William Penn titled it his own holy experiment. He was, his family members were, specifically I believe his father, were owed a great deal of money from the King of England, and it was the King's way of making good on his debts, was providing a large portion of land for William Penn to be able to do as he pleased. But anyway, Pennsylvania became a safe haven for Quakers, and specifically Philadelphia was a major hub for them. And Philadelphia was also a front runner in the abolitionist movement, going back to the slave considerations. But during the Revolution, Quakers abstained from violence. That was one of their tenets. But many did participate in the Revolution, and specifically, if not in a military role, they did participate at least in some sort of a philosophical role. So Thomas Paine would potentially be considered a Quaker, and of course we know he wrote the book, the pamphlet Common Sense, which really motivated a lot of people towards revolutionary ideas and self-government. As well, another key player in the South, in the Southern campaign of the War for Independence, General Nathaniel Greene, was a Quaker, and then he actually was never really able to come back into the fold because of his participation in the war. But needless to say, it's safe to reach a conclusion that Quakers certainly had a major impact in American history, specifically around the late 18th century and the turn of the 19th and early American days. And it definitely enriched the United States and the path that it was going to take. Appreciate you guys listening. If you have any comments, questions, or queries, leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you and have a great day.